They called us dinosaurs when we asked where the buttons went. They handed us a sealant can instead of a spare tire. They told us a $50,000 SUV does not need a dipstick. Well, they were wrong. Automakers are quietly admitting it. In 2026, sales slumped, warranty claims exploded, safety regulators stepped in. The features they killed are coming back, but only on certain trims and only if you know what to ask for. Today, 13 features they stripped away to save a few dollars and why they are scrambling to bring them back. Number 1 cost some owners over $5,000 in damage. Let's get into it. Number 13, physical climate controls. Try changing the cabin temperature at 75 miles per hour using only a touchscreen. You cannot do it without taking your eyes off the road. Automakers moved climate into screens because one flat panel is cheaper than knobs and wiring. The savings, $40 to $60 per vehicle. The cost shifted to you. Research shows touchscreen interaction takes a driver's eyes off the road for 4 to 5 seconds. At 70 miles per hour, that is over 400 feet covered blind. A Swedish magazine tested 12 cars on 4 basic tasks. A 2005 Volvo with physical buttons finished in 10 seconds. The MG Marvel R touchscreen took 44. The BMW iX needed 30. Premium cars beaten by a 17-year-old wagon. The reversal is happening, but slowly. Volkswagen's design chief publicly admitted, never again. The new ID Polo brings buttons back. Hyundai restored real controls on the Tucson and Palisade. Euro NCAP starts penalizing touchscreen-only layouts, and that pressure is bleeding into U.S. models. On many trims rolling out right now, the buttons are still missing. Check the build before you sign. But inconvenience is one thing. The next feature left families stranded on the side of the highway. Number 12. The full-size spare tire. Rural Arizona, 110-degree heat, sidewall blowout, no cell signal. You open the trunk expecting a spare. You find a small compressor and a bottle of sealant that will not fix a 4-inch tear. Manufacturers eliminated spares to chase tiny fuel economy gains, around 0.1 to 0.3 miles per gallon. That is maybe $10 to $20 saved on fuel a year. The spare itself costs only $80 to $120 to include from the factory. Roadside data shows tire-related calls are one of the most common breakdown categories in the country, especially in extreme weather states. A compressor kit handles a small nail. It does nothing for a shredded sidewall. Some brands never gave up. The Jeep Wrangler keeps a full-size spare mounted externally. The Toyota Tacoma includes a real one because their buyers expect to be far from a tow truck. More SUVs and crossovers are quietly bringing the spare back after years of complaints. Even if you have a spare, you cannot use it if your remaining tires are running on bad pressure. A simple tire pressure gauge in your glove box, like the EPAuto digital gauge linked in the description, takes 10 seconds and can save you from a blowout before it happens. The industry tried to replace redundancy with optimism. Drivers paid the price. The next feature disappeared so quietly most owners never noticed. Number 11, real temperature gauges instead of buffered displays. Most modern coolant gauges are not telling you the truth. They are programmed to sit dead center across a wide range of actual engine temperatures. The needle does not move until the engine is already overheating significantly. Why? It reduces complaints. If the needle fluctuates under load, drivers get nervous and book service, so manufacturers smooth the signal through software. The cost saved is under $15 per vehicle, but the philosophy is hiding mechanical reality from you. You lose every early warning. A real reading lets you see gradual increases under heavy towing, extreme heat, or coolant loss. You can pull over before a $5,000 to $8,000 engine failure happens. By the time a buffered gauge moves, the damage is already done. The Mazda CX-90 reintroduced clearer digital instrumentation. The latest Toyota Tacoma includes improved monitoring for towing customers. If you tow, drive in extreme heat, or own a vehicle past 100,000 miles, do not trust a buffered needle. Add an aftermarket gauge or scan your engine data directly. Hiding the truth does not prevent failures, it just delays the moment you find out. The next feature affects something more immediate, your ability to see at night. Number 10, headlight washers. LED headlights are brighter than old halogen bulbs. They also produce far less heat. In snowbelt states like Michigan, Minnesota, and upstate New York, ice and salt build up on the lens and stay there. Safety data shows heavy salt spray can cut headlight output by 50% or more. That cuts your visibility distance dramatically at highway speeds, especially on unlit rural roads. Older luxury cars often included headlight washers. Press a button, high-pressure fluid sprays the lens clean in seconds. Then cost-cutting hit. The systems add roughly $150 to $200 per vehicle. On a $55,000 luxury SUV, that is rounding error. Volvo kept washers in cold market vehicles because Scandinavian winters demand it. The Genesis G80 is reintroducing them on higher trims after owner feedback. High-tech adaptive LED systems are impressive, but when they are coated in slush, the technology stops mattering. On most mainstream SUVs and trucks, washers are still missing entirely. If you live in a salt belt state, demand them as an option. The window to get them is closing. Now let me show you something drivers feel every single day. Number 9, adjustable lumbar support. Seat comfort ranks among the top 3 factors in long-term ownership satisfaction in U.S. consumer surveys. Yet several base trims across sedans, crossovers, and commercial vans eliminated adjustable lumbar mechanisms to save roughly $10 to $20 per seat. That assumes every driver's spine has the same curvature. It does not. Delivery drivers, rideshare operators, and commuters spending 1 to 2 hours behind the wheel report increased back discomfort in vehicles with fixed profiles. Consumer Reports now heavily weighs seat adjustability because reader complaints became so frequent. Mazda reintroduced manual lumbar adjustment on newer models after feedback on previous generations lacking it. Saving $12 per seat sounds efficient in a boardroom. Over 100,000 miles, it can mean chronic discomfort, chiropractor bills, and an early trade-in. Many crossover-based trims rolling out right now still have flat seats with zero adjustment. If you commute long distances, do not skip a 30-minute test drive before signing. The next features were not removed for safety or engineering. They were removed because accountants believed you would never notice. They were wrong. Number 8, transmission dipsticks. A 2020 BMW X3 rolled into a U.S. shop at 87,000 miles with harsh shifting. No warning lights, no prior symptoms. The transmission fluid was burnt, oxidized, and nearly a quart low. The repair, just over $4,000 for a rebuild. A simple fluid service at 60,000 miles, around $300, would have prevented the failure. But there was no dipstick. No easy way to monitor condition or level. Manufacturers began sealing transmissions and labeling the fluid as lifetime fill. That phrase sounds reassuring. What it really means is the fluid lasts the lifetime of the transmission under ideal conditions. That lifetime shrinks dramatically when the fluid cannot be checked. Older vehicles let owners inspect fluid color and smell. Darkened fluid or a burnt odor signaled early breakdown. The Honda Pilot added easier fluid inspection on newer models. Mercedes-Benz has restored more accessible service procedures on select 2025 and 2026 models. Preventing a $4,000 failure with a $300 service makes sense for the owner. It only fails if your business model benefits from expensive, out-of-warranty repairs. Number 7, oil life monitors that actually monitor oil. The 2021 Chevrolet Silverado followed its dashboard oil life monitor religiously. At 8,500 miles, the screen still showed 30% remaining. When the oil was finally drained, it was heavily degraded, dark, and showed signs of metal contamination. Here is the detail most drivers do not know. In many modern vehicles, oil life systems do not chemically analyze your oil. There is no sensor measuring viscosity or additive depletion. Software estimates degradation based on mileage, engine revolutions, and time. That works for average driving. It fails under severe use. Towing 7,000 pounds up a mountain pass, idling in summer heat, short trips in freezing weather, these conditions accelerate oil breakdown dramatically and the algorithm cannot see it. Some luxury brands once used true oil quality sensors. Those systems added $50 to $80 per vehicle. Most were quietly removed. Now warranty data is forcing the industry to reconsider, and real-time monitoring is slowly returning on higher-end models. Here is what you can do right now. A small plug-in scanner like the FIXD OBD2 Scanner, linked in the description, lets you read your engine data directly. oil temperature trends, fault codes, severe service warnings. The dashboard shows what the car maker wants you to see. The scanner shows what your car is actually saying. Now let me move to how the car feels every mile you drive. Number 6, sound deadening material. A 2022 Mazda CX-5 owner noticed something on the interstate at 70 miles per hour. Wind and road noise required raised voices. Previous 2014 sedan was noticeably quieter. Why? Weight reduction, sound insulation, carpet padding, firewall foam, and door cavity material can add 30 to 50 pounds. It also costs manufacturers $80 to $120 per car. Removing some helps meet fuel economy targets and lowers production cost, but it changes the experience. Testing shows cabin noise exceeding 70 decibels at highway speeds in newer crossovers. Studies on driver fatigue indicate prolonged noise exposure increases cognitive load and reduces reaction time. Luxury brands built their reputations on isolation, yet older models sometimes measure quieter than their replacements. A mid-2010s Lexus ES can show lower interior noise than newer iterations, despite price increases. The Genesis G70 received insulation upgrades after cabin noise feedback. Refinement matters when buyers spend $40,000 to $60,000. Saving $100 in insulation can cost far more in lost sales. The next feature was not about comfort. It was about identity. Number 5, V8 engines. For over a decade, fuel economy targets pushed manufacturers toward turbocharged 4-cylinders and V6 engines. A 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 can produce over 375 horsepower. Testing shows that under load, turbo engines consume fuel at rates similar to naturally aspirated V8s. And long-term complexity matters. Turbochargers operate at extreme temperatures and rotational speeds. Replacements range from $2,000 to $4,000 outside warranty. Enthusiasts noticed something else: character, throttle response, exhaust note, linear power delivery. These intangibles define the emotional appeal of American trucks and muscle cars. The Ford Mustang doubled down on V8 power in recent model years. The Chevrolet Corvette Z06 uses a naturally aspirated V8, producing 670 horsepower, rejecting turbocharging entirely. The Ram 1500 continues offering Hemi Evafias 8 options despite industry-wide downsizing. V8s are not dominating like they once did, but predictions of their extinction were premature. The next feature quietly reduced safety, then manufacturers saved $30 per vehicle by removing it. Number 4, sequential turn signals. Sequential indicators, where the light sweeps outward, became iconic on classic American performance cars. They were not just stylish, they were functional. 3 amber segments lighting in sequence create motion. Motion draws attention. More importantly, it communicates direction with clarity. Data from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows clearer signaling can reduce certain rear-end and side impact collisions. Studies indicate dynamic signals improve recognition time over static blinkers. With modern LED technology, implementing sequential signals is easier than ever. The cost difference, $30 to $50 per vehicle. Yet many manufacturers deleted them on mid-level trims to shave production costs on cars selling for $40,000, $50,000, even $70,000. That is a safety feature removed for less than the price of a single tire. The pushback worked. The modern Ford Mustang proudly keeps its sequential heritage. The Audi RS e-tron GT uses sweeping LED indicators front and rear. Genesis has expanded dynamic signals across multiple models, and even Honda and Toyota are experimenting on higher trims. The next feature was about driver control. Number 3, manual transmission options. Over the last decade, manuals vanished from mainstream sedans like the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, and Mazda 6. Manufacturers pointed to low sales percentages, 1% to 2% of new vehicles, as justification. But here is what rarely gets mentioned. Manuals were almost always restricted to base trims. Want leather seats, premium audio, and a manual gearbox? Usually not available together. Buyers were forced into stripped-down versions then. The low sales numbers were cited as proof of low demand. Surveys show a different story. Among drivers under 40, a meaningful share say they would consider a manual if paired with desirable features. When properly offered, manuals sell. The Toyota GR Corolla launched with a standard manual. The Honda Civic Type R exceeds demand projections. The Mazda MX-5 Miata remains one of the purest examples of a well-equipped manual that enthusiasts eagerly buy. Eliminating choice does not prove demand is gone. It proves the option was never respected. Here is the FOMO factor. The window to buy a new manual is closing fast. By 2030, most performance manuals will be gone. If you want one, the time is now. The next feature is what you sit on and how brands quietly redefined luxury. Number 2, real leather instead of synthetic vinyl. A well-optioned BMW X5 can exceed $70,000. Yet many base and mid-tier trims use synthetic upholstery marketed under premium-sounding names. BMW calls it Sensatec. Mercedes-Benz uses MB Tex. Audi markets similar materials under different branding. These materials are durable but fundamentally vinyl-based synthetics. Real leather typically adds $200 to $400 per vehicle. It breathes better, develops character over time, and often lasts beyond 150,000 miles when maintained. The controversy is not that synthetics exist, it is that pricing does not reflect the material difference. Buyers pay luxury premiums regardless. In older vehicles, genuine leather was standard at certain trim levels. A mid-2000s Mercedes-Benz E-Class with real leather can still present well after 200,000 miles. Some newer synthetic interiors show wear at a fraction of that mileage. The upcoming Cadillac Escalade is expected to expand real leather availability after years of mixed feedback. Resale values reflect interior material quality more than ever. And now number 1, the feature that affects every owner, every repair bill, and every insurance premium. Number 1, serviceable parts instead of sealed assemblies. A late-model Audi A6 experiences a single LED failure inside its tail lamp. The rest of the unit works fine. Instead of replacing a small circuit board, the repair requires a full tail light assembly. Parts, over $1,800. Labor, several hundred more. Older vehicles allowed component-level repair. A burnt headlight bulb, $20 in 10 minutes. A failed window regulator motor, replaced just the motor, not the entire door. Modern design favors sealed integrated assemblies. Headlights combine LEDs, adaptive motors, sensors, and control units into a single non-serviceable module. One minor failure means full replacement. CCC Intelligent Solutions reports collision repair costs have risen sharply because of integrated component pricing. Minor fender damage can total a vehicle because a headlight assembly costs $1,500 to $2,500. An older halogen bulb cost under $50. The latest Toyota Camry introduces more modular LED elements, and the upcoming Honda Accord is being engineered with greater serviceability. Right to repair legislation is gaining traction across U.S. states. A $5 LED should not require a $2,000 repair. For nearly 2 decades, manufacturers stripped features in the name of efficiency and savings, but customers pushed back. Slowly, features that never should have disappeared are returning. Automakers respond to market pressure. When buyers refuse to accept cost-cutting disguised as innovation, priorities shift. Which removed feature frustrates you the most? Drop it in the comments. Hit subscribe for more deep dives into engineering decisions costing you thousands. See you in the next one.